10 dangerous ways that the enemy, that devil attacks marriages through many women, most women. It is alarming. 7 out of every 10. Yes. And before we continue, I want to tell you that you shouldn't fight this. You shouldn't lock it out. You shouldn't see it from the position, from the angle of gender. Because I'm not saying this because I'm a man, and I'm not saying this as an attack on women. No, this is something that if you can calmly, attentively listen to it and take into consideration these factors that we are going to talk about, you will benefit from it. I want you to see it from the angle, from that position of let us make it work. Yes, that is what the primary aim of this is, seeing a way to make it work, and again bringing it to your notice how the enemy is fighting, crawling into that you do not know. I will be talking about them, maybe 10 factors, but this video I don't want it to be too lengthy, so maybe we'll talk about 5 or 4 or maybe three, maybe 3 parts. Now, the enemy knows that he cannot destroy family once. So, having interest in attacking families, he understands that if he is able to destroy marriages, family will on its own scatter. If husband and wife start having problem, the marriage will start collapsing and the children will be affected. And I will tell you again, the interest of devil in fighting your home is not per se the husband or the wife, no, because they are already going. Yes, his interest is to catch your kids, your children young, and use them, possess them, to precondition their mind on how to fight their husbands, how to fight their wives, to teach them and make them believe that marriage is cat and rat thing, that in a way that they will understand that love doesn't exist, things like that. Now, number 1, I will tell you that a wise woman builds her home, yes, but a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. And the enemy knows this, and that is why he seeks to manipulate a woman's emotion. It is easier to manipulate. That is why even in Bible, the enemy didn't go to Adam straight. He went to Eve. Yes, he seeks to manipulate a woman's emotions, her mindset, and actions to slowly destroy her marriage from within. That is the intention. And here is how it works. Number 1, undermining her submission to her husband and to God. And I will tell you that no woman can actually serve God without submitting to her husband first. Because just as the first ministry of every man is his wife, even including pastors, as a servant of God, my first ministry is my wife and my children. And my wife, as a child of God, as a woman of God, her first ministry is to submit to me as the husband before claiming to serve God. My first ministry is to love my wife and love my children before claiming to serve God. What happens? This first attack targets the woman's heart. The enemy convinces her that submission is oppression, that submission is a kind of slavery, that submission is a kind of suppressing her. And this prompts into her resistance, conflicts, and she will start disrespecting. She will develop anger, forming a kind of defense towards her husband's leadership. Without harmony, a home cannot experience peace. That is just not pure. Then number two, the enemy sows in her the seed of discontent and comparison. He encourages her to compare her husband to other men like her colleagues, her pastors, even something like other figures on social media, like her friends' husbands, focusing on what he lacks. The enemy now starts showing her those things her husband lacks. And because of that, instead of appreciating who her husband is, she will now start breeding dissatisfaction and frustration on those things that the husband lacks. Then number three, using words to wound her husband's heart, using words to destroy the marriage. Now, careless words, nagging, constant criticism, sarcasm, something like saying what you shouldn't say. And this thing weakens a man's confidence and creates emotional distance. I'm telling you. And the enemy tempts her to speak destructive words instead of encouraging the man. She will be saying things she shouldn't be saying. And number four, emotional withdrawal. When a woman's heart, when she starts feeling hot, when she starts feeling stressed, she will become overwhelmed. Yes, the devil tempts her and makes her to shut down emotionally. She may stop communicating. She starts to withdraw affection. She starts to appear cold, leaving her husband feeling rejected and unimportant. Then number five, where we'll stop today, fostering bitterness and unforgiveness, holding on to past offenses. This keeps her heart guarded. She will start to guard, to shield herself. I'll tell you, bitterness is a dangerous thing. The book of Hebrews chapter 12 verse 15, he said that bitterness defiles a man. And if the heart is bitter, think of it, you yourself. Imagine you hate somebody. If you're looking at that person, you'll be looking at that person with anger and so much hatred. That is why the book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9 said that the heart of a man is desperately wicked, who can know it? So holding on to past offenses, the enemy reminds her of every mistakes, and this will start to prevent emotional healing, and this will start to create distance in the marriage. Let me tell you, if you search Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you hardly see where a man is warned about marriage. But from Proverbs chapter 12 verse 4, a woman is warned. Isaiah 30:31, go down. Ephesians 5:25, both of them, a man was told to love the wife like Christ loved the church, and a woman was told to submit. But in 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 1, it is said that a woman should submit to the husband in such a way that even the woman is a born-again child of God but married to an unbeliever, that through her conduct, through her submission, that her husband wouldn't need to be preached again. What evangelism? No. That through her submission and conduct, that husband will be forced to say, let me find out this kind of God that my wife worships. That is why I tell people that your husband, if he wakes up in the morning on Sunday morning and said that you as the wife cannot go to church that day, you will in a way peacefully appeal. That way you deceive him to collect money for making your hair, buying clothes, take the same route, appeal to him. But if he says no, Obedience is better than sacrifice. Even when we know that going to church is a very good thing. That is how it is. Thank you. I remain my humble self, Pastor Namani Chokode. Please kindly assist us. Share this video. You will be helping other people to see it. Then like and leave your comment. God bless you. Thank you.